Politics. This morning, the White House is lifting the veil a little bit on what the president is going to say Tuesday night in his big State of the Union address. So let's bring in George Stephanopoulos, host of ABC's This Week. Good morning, sir. Let's start with this extraordinary scene in Chicago yesterday. The First Lady Michelle Obama attending the funeral for a 15-year-old girl, Hadiyah Pendleton, who was shot and killed not far from the Obama family home. This is a girl who actually performed at the inauguration. The president sent a personal note to the family promising that he's going to work hard to end the senseless violence. So what's the status of gun control legislation, which we know he's going to talk about on Tuesday night?
One of the things I think you'll see the president mention Hadiyah in the State of the Union on Tuesday night, and you're going to have a whole bunch of House Democrats actually bringing victims of gun violence into the chamber as their guests on Tuesday as well, including Gabby Giffords is going to be there. Right now, though, it appears that a consensus is starting to develop over the idea of expanding background checks, universal background checks, even if you buy a gun at gun shows, where it's going to be more difficult for the president's agenda. It's looking like the assault weapons ban is running into a lot of resistance, even from Democrats in the Senate, and there will be a big fight over whether or not to limit those high-capacity gun magazines. I think that's where you're going to see the focus of the fight going forward.
The president is also going to be talking about taxes and the looming across-the-board budget cuts. Any sense of compromise before that sequester kicks in? We're only weeks away.
Not right now, and you're right. It's coming on March 1st, and right now Democrats are saying there will have to be revenues to lift the sequester. Republicans are saying no way, no how. Most people in Washington right now expect the sequester to kick in for at least some time. Remember, there's another deadline following right behind that. The government's set to run out of money on March 27th. That could force negotiations. You'll see the president discuss that, but what he's also going to do on Tuesday is really start to focus back again on jobs and what that means for the middle class. White House taking some criticism that the president didn't talk enough about the economy in the inaugural. He will do it in the State of the Union.
We did somewhat bury the lead this morning. There is a political headline we haven't touched on, which is that it's George Stephanopoulos' birthday today. Happy birthday, sir.
I wanted you to keep that one quiet this year. I'm getting up there.
All right.
His 35th birthday. We can celebrate it, right?
Around the office, we call him Dorian Gray because he is not aging. George, thank you and happy birthday. By the way, George has a big show this morning on his birthday, including two powerhouse panels that later this morning. That's all coming up later this morning on This Week with George Stephanopoulos.